What's up, YouTube? How are you today? I'll be doing the... what is this? Lot and Rain Heretics Lufenia Plus. Yes, that sounds right. But we're going to try and get a Y'shtola start. It's not the most important thing in the world. It's just a thing that we want. So the orb for this fight is to do 850,000 HP damage in one turn, which this team is surprisingly capable of doing. I mean, that wasn't it. That was only 700,000 damage. I ran this team offline just to see if I could get it to work. And I did manage to beat the stage. I think it was it's like 35 turns or something like that. It's pretty good. It was fun. It was also frustrating trying to make sure that Pinello never got a turn. Because I didn't really care if Wool did. This is my first time using core in any sort of content. You know, Lufenia plus that whole thing. And so the goal here is to kind of whittle them down just a little bit. And then right here, we actually have to burst. Right? It's either that or go into burst phase, which we're not ready for yet. But this will raise the orb most assuredly. But our general goal is to try and stall this out as long as we can. We don't really care if the Lamia Queen gets a turn, but we do not want the mannequins to act, if we can avoid it at all. So, like that, that's less than ideal, because now we're wasting an entire turn of that burst effect. That's not great. But what can we do about it? Well, the thing is, Y'shtola can't be broken, and she has reduced brave and HP damage taken. You know, this might not actually be the worst thing in the world. Let's see what we get. Okay, and then we really can't afford to Gaia Pulse again, but we can do Earthquake. Because the mannequins do not have the HP damage resistance in the air that the what's-her-face, the Lamia Queen has. So we can pretty safely do that, and that should defeat... yeah, there we go. That takes care of the Warrior of Light mannequin. This one gets a turn, and we're good to go. It's almost time to bring in Cloud of Darkness. Yeah, whatever you say. 4. Whatever, dude. So, here's the play. We're gonna delay. we're going to bring in Cod. And we're going to start with this. Which apparently did not take up the orbital, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. And similarly, it doesn't really matter that the boss, that A, or not A, B, excuse me, it doesn't really matter that this one's about to get a turn. I could not care any less. Because our goal here is to just do damage things. We've pretty well got Cloud of Darkness set up for damage. We're in a good spot. Now is when things get kind of stupid. See where we're going with this? Yeah. So the plan with Cloud of Darkness on the field is to just LD on these stolen turns. Because it's the strongest thing that we can do. Right? And then... yeah, there we go. So Core is going to be able to cap, and so is Cloud of Darkness, on everything that they do here in the burst phase. Because we're getting all that extra Brave gain from the Kate Sith LD call, as well as Y'shtola's burst effect being up. This is how you erase a boss's health. I don't even remember how much health they had when I came in here, but yeah. So with all of her, launch HP damage, resistance, and all of that stuff, that string of attacks just did 5% of her health and damage, which is quite nice. What is his debuff? Defense down. Ooh, I will leave that alone. Thank you. But I'm not really going to focus on attacking the ads because my goal is B. Now, we've gotten rid of the orb. And the boss now has a ton of Brave. As a matter of fact, all three of them do. The boss and the mannequins. But the fight is already halfway over. The back half of the fight is making sure that they don't get turns part 2. 7.8 million, pretty good. Very respectable. I don't remember whose defense down that is, but I can tell you that it's better than what she has. Now that Core is going to do stuff, we get our breaks. And while Y'shtola's burst effect is up, we're actually going to do Core's little mini burst phase, because it do damage. Unfortunately, Y'shtola got a turn right after her burst again, so we don't have the Kate Sith LD call up, so we're not going to cap on everything the way that we were. Which sucks, but it's okay. And then the goal here is to intentionally trigger the Lamia Queen's turn warp, which I'm really hoping happens right here. But it didn't. That's unfortunate. You know what? we're trying to push damage. But for real, I need you to warp, please. Why are you making me do this? Warp, please? There we go, jeez. Oh, I kept thinking it was 8 turns and not 10. Sometimes math is hard, y'all. So now we also have the Imperil and the Ice Enchant for the party. So now Cloud of Darkness can start hitting Cap again. Along with Core. And then the boss is going to... Perfect. She's going to revive the wrong ally. Which is great for us. It sucks to be them. Because like I said, I don't really care if any of these guys get turns, with the exception of... I say any of these guys. I really just don't want Pinello to get one, but also I would prefer that Warrior of Light not get a turn either. This is my last turn with Cloud of Darkness. So let's just go ahead and do that, shall we? Now we really don't want to allow Wool to act here. So I'm actually going to summon. And I'm going to continue to not target Warrior of Light. The launch is probably fine, but I don't want to take it. Oh no. We would love to be able to trigger this extra bit of nonsense, but we realistically can't. So we're just going to Whirling Mace. It's going to deal less damage, but that's okay. See, we're not getting her follow-up because they have no stun stacks. Like I said, it's not the ideal situation to be in, but it's also not the end of the world either. Let's just Medica here. It's kind of a waste of turn in summon, but... Damn, what happened to my Brave gains, bro? Yeah, that's better. And basically the rest of the fight is going to play out kind of like that. Because all we want is to prevent any more Pinello turns. I can deal with the Warrior of Light stuff, especially since he seems to have a preference for attacking Y'shtola, who Core is paired with. Core will reduce the Brave and the HP damage that she takes, thereby protecting the rest of the party. That's great. You can tell I barely played Core because I don't know how to use him. That's pretty decent though. Let's go ahead and we'll Holy one more time. And then for Cinque's next turn, we'll go ahead and LD again. Yep. So that'll be fine. And then for Cinque's turn, this should hit hard enough. This should be... Well, it's 2 targets, though. It should deal enough damage that it would have ticked up the orb. Yeah, it would have. Against 3 targets. So now, all we have to do is kill the Lamia Queen and then Pinello, and we're done here. So, and the best part is the Lamia Queen still has debuffs on, which is great for us. Oh no! Now it's a lot less great. I spoke too soon. But I am going to take this. There we go. And because I planned ahead... maybe I shouldn't say planned ahead. I didn't plan for any of this. I guess I just thought ahead. And also, like I said, I did run this offline. We get this. Pretty meaty attack. And we'll go ahead and just take it because we have it. It's not ideal, but it is what's happening. So for the rest of the fight, we will not have Y'shtola's burst effect, but the rest of the fight is that many percents of health. I think we'll be fine. I do reckon. Then, yep, we'll re-up on Y'shtola again. And now, they all actually have the stun debuff on them. This should kill the Lamia Queen. Holy shit, it didn't. Alright. That's okay too. That is okay. I mean, that part's not. I take that back. That was actually pretty funny. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We want to kill you, because I don't like you. And like I said, there's no mid-air tax for the ads, so we are safe. And then we'll focus down the Pinello. Because the Pinello is the problem. Although, the Warrior of Light mannequin is also much closer than I would like. So the rest of this fight is just going to be kind of needling them down. Which is not really an issue. No orb, no anything, but I don't have any great calls or anything like that. No burst effect. Although, I also don't have the boss giving me damage reduction. So that's nice. We're going to take the launch here on Warrior of Light, because the Pinello mannequin will die on this turn, probably. Well, maybe not. Yeah, he's not really going to deal enough damage, but I take that back. I forgot how little health the mannequin had. And then we get the sweet launch with Y'shtola finishing the job. This took a little bit longer than my offline run, which I had done in 35 turns, but we had a couple of moments that were looking a little rough there. So yeah, as you can see, not quite as great of a score, and more turns, but still pretty good. Oh god, no wonder. The original one, she actually had, you know, real artifacts. It had real artifacts. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you very much for watching. tune into the Ranting Hour tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That's where I live, Central. Where I will be one of the guests, which is both exciting and makes me a little nervous. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.